Bismillah, alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa ala amma ba'd. So I was in the store. You know what's really funny? Canada has legalized cannabis. Has legalized cannabis. And I was just starting this, and I can smell cannabis. Somebody in this park is smoking cannabis, and I'm smoking it with somebody is smoking cannabis. Anyways, that's a side point. Okay, so I was in this store, and I was looking at hats, and there's funny hats and cool hats, New York Yankees, LA, that kind of stuff. And one of the hats said, "We're gonna need a bigger boat. We're going to need a bigger boat." It would be interesting if you guys know where that quote is from. When in the movie Jaws, some of you guys got it right. In the movie Jaws, I think that was like in the late 70s or something, where the first Jaws movie came out. Jaws, for those, if you don't even know Jaws, then I can't help you. But Jaws is about a shark that goes around like biting people and so on. Okay, Jaws. So when they were filming, they kept the boat that they were using for filming on the water was a really small boat, and they were under like a small budget. So they kept telling the producer, "Hey, we're gonna need a bigger boat. We're gonna need a bigger boat." And then he's like, "Look, we don't got the budget for it." They're filming this movie. Yeah, Hema says it was 1975. So they were trying to film this movie on a small little boat, and they kept telling the producer, "We're going to need a bigger boat." Every time a shot didn't work out, they tell the producer, "Dude, we're going to need a bigger boat." So there's a scene in the movie. So I looked this up. Yeah, I didn't know where it was from as well. They kept saying this statement, "We're going to need a bigger boat." It became a joke with them when they were filming it. That joke showed up in the movie. There's a scene where they're on this small boat. I don't know, the lifeguard or whoever that guy is. So Jaws in the movie swims past the boat, and it's a really quiet, and he sees how huge the shark is, and he backs up just really quietly into the boat, and then he tells his partner on the boat, "We're gonna need a bigger boat." They're going to catch a shark. Okay, so that is the iconic scene from 1975 Jaws. "We're going to need a bigger boat," and it's become like a catchphrase, 35 years later. I'm telling you all of this stuff because I have made this like my slogan for the Visionary 2030 edition that's coming up, is that we're going to need bigger du'as. And looking at the decade ahead, and Kausar says you're going to have to check out the scene. Okay, we're going to need a bigger boat. When you look towards the upcoming decade, sometimes we have du'as that are, and this is my experience in Ramadan. We design our du'as in Ramadan, dream du'as, and it's amazing. And then each Ramadan, there's this struggle to how do we make bigger du'as? How do we go to the next level? And now if you're talking about a decade, if you're looking about 10 years, what can you achieve in 10 years or 20 years? Or what can the power of du'a do for you? If you want to approach the upcoming 10 years, you're going to need bigger du'as. We're going to need bigger du'as. So that's my slogan for Visionary 2030. And everything that I'm going to be doing in the seminar is guiding you and teaching you, inshallah ta'ala, and designing du'as that are 3 times 3 times 3 bigger than any du'as that you've made, inshallah ta'ala, so it can be powerful enough to lead you into the upcoming 10 years of your life, the upcoming 20 years, inshallah ta'ala. So that's my slogan. We're going to need a bigger du'a. So now you guys know the background. And that's it. So if anybody has a question or you just want to chill, and then Rami says, "Helwa." Thank you, Rami. This is my right hand. Shaykh Muhammad Faqih, after I did other Facebook, and I said it was my right hand, he then sent me a message. He said, "Brother, please drink with your right hand." If anybody has any questions or you just want to chill, ask some just fun stuff. For those who missed it, this Jeep is a brand new Jeep that the rental car place gave me, and I love it. It's like proper, like, go in the mountains, military style. No frills. I like it, so I put it in the video. Sonia says, yes, bigger du'as. And not only bigger du'as, because we always do visionary, they're always dream du'as, they're big, but now we're like, we're going to need a bigger du'a. And the shark in this analogy is the upcoming decade. It's huge, and a lot can be done. We need a bigger du'a. Kausar says, will this be in Visionary 2020? It's Visionary 2030, and it's happening, yes, it's happening like next week. Actually, no, it's happening like in 4 days, 5 days. This coming Wednesday is our first, is day one. Ruqayya says, it's good to see you live. Thank you, Ruqayya. Thank you for always sharing my stuff. Facebook's telling me that you share my stuff. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. I came out here because I have some videos to record. I said I'll do a Facebook Live before we get started, inshallah. Shanila, great example. How will you frame bigger by an example? Great. Let me pin it for you, Shanila. Okay. So, let's suppose your dream du'a is to meet somebody. Okay? So your dream du'a is, I don't know, who do you want to meet? Who cares who you want to meet? Yeah, Maryam says, just following the World Economic Forum in Davos to notice that we need bigger du'as. Absolutely, Maryam. So an example is, let's suppose you want to meet somebody, person X, whoever that person may be. You want to meet them, and instead of your du'a being, hey, I want to meet this person, you might, to make it bigger, you might say, well, I don't want to just meet them, but I would like to, let's suppose they're a performer. I would like to perform on stage with them, okay? That's like one level making your du'a bigger. What if you said, hey, I don't want to just perform with this person on stage. I would like to do a charitable project hand in hand alongside this dream person that I would like to meet. And so you'll see 2 steps up that your du'a became bigger by, and that's just taking a typical example. A lot of us have this, oh, I wish I could meet so-and-so type of du'a, and if that's the case, or just a regular wish, and that's an example of, hey, we're going to need a bigger du'a. And then it comes to, your community or your deen. You just don't want something to be like, hey, I just want to go for Hajj. And okay, that's it. And I went for Hajj and it was a miracle du'a, manifest. Alhamdulillah. How do you times that up? How do you build it up to the upcoming decade? So that's what we're going to be dealing with in Visionaire 2030, inshallah ta'ala. I mentioned times 3. Take what you have now, times 3. And then that's your first level of dua. Then times 3 is going to be your next level of dua. And then another times 3. That's like times 27 at that point. And then that's going to be, we're going to need a bigger dua. And that's it. We're done. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.